Peace and love, everybody. Salute, salute. I wanted to come through and speak a little bit about, at least run it back a little bit on the whole Claressa Shields, Alycia Baumgardner situation, because I don't think that people really understand how epic the past week has been and the things that we've seen coming from particularly that of Claressa the Quote Shields. It's fabulous for women's boxing, how gung-ho she is, how absolutely relentless she is, and how she is calling for every bit of the smoke with this woman. And what is so ironic is that the one that was doing the most barking, the one that was doing the most talking, the one that did the initiating of this beef between them has gone absolutely silent, has disappeared into the mist. She somehow disintegrated into thousands of little pieces, and she's nowhere to be found now. Speaking of Alycia Baumgardner, okay? It's just like, what is going on here with the dynamic between this? Because it's certainly making for an absolutely phenomenal preparation towards the materializing of a fight between these two ladies. So it's like, okay, I'm sure you guys are aware of what Claressa dropped this week, which was absolutely epic, okay? Because it's like, just when you thought the pull-up was epic enough, basically, that she did last week at the DAZN fight. Just when you thought that pull-up was epic enough, Claressa takes it to another level, as she tends to do, okay? Claressa goes full gangster mode and drops a motherfucking diss track on these hoes. I was like, what? What? You better do it. And do it with, put your foot in that shit as you're doing it, because it's needed and it's necessary. Where else do we see this in boxing? Where else have we seen this in boxing as of late? Nowhere. But Claressa, that's what she does. She sets standards, okay? And it seems like people just gotta play catch up with her. No matter what time she's on, they gotta play catch up with her. So I'm like, is it just me? Seeing all this fly, dope content and her stepping up to the plate and her not dodging or ducking nothing with this woman, is it just me, or are people being quite tepid about this? I feel it's way too tepid out here. People need to be talking a little bit more than they are. I saw people excited about it and like, yeah, quote, you know what I'm saying? Like her bars in the song and stuff like that. But it's kind of now it's like sweeping a little bit off to the sideline. And I don't want to anticipate that it'll, just disappear into thin air, because this is absolutely needed. And within this, there's so much information that we need to be paying attention to, from Claressa's output and Alycia's lack of output, and what that means as related to my previous two commentaries touching on the subject matter. I think it's very interesting, and it has really some interesting points that we can pull from as far as seeing the character dynamic of these two women. Now, I'll say it again. I don't know if y'all heard it, but the run-up on Alycia Baumgardner was epic enough. Claressa, at that run-up, told her she was broke, told her she was a damn filthy drug cheat to her face, and then after doing that epic shit, she did some other epic shit by pulling up to the studio to make a diss track for this woman, where she said again, for the bitches in the back who may not have heard her the first time, what was the bar she said? What I look like dropping 30 for a bitch that popped dirty? What? Claressa is literally on one, and you got to give this woman all of her credence, all of her respect, all of her just due, because she is on it, okay? And she has not let up an ounce. So it's like, we got to respect her for all the smoke that she's showing. And Rissa, funny enough, added an extended version to the little clip that she initially put out. And in this extended version, she threw shots at Savannah Marshall, who was another body that she got on notice. It's like, yes, Claressa, this is what we need. You know what? With the gentlemen in boxing, we're not seeing enough of this type of output. We need to be seeing these people go to bat and make it known and make it very clear that they are owning their space and claiming their space. What is going on? Okay? Claressa is showing these people the world over throughout boxing that this is what you do when you want the smoke. This is what you do when you know you got shit on life. You're like, yeah, come up, show up, pull up, do whatever. We'll go to bat. And I'll show you who I am. I'll show you what you're dealing with. And I'll show you what type of problem you got to work with when you're dealing with me. I love every ounce of it, okay? It's like, what are these women going to do with Claressa stepping through like this? This is the type of action that I want to see in boxing, you guys. And it was just wonderful because to see her with all that pressure, all that ass in that video, all that swag, and she's handing out body bags. It's just phenomenal to me. This is the type of stuff that I love to see. And it brings and generates definitely a new passion for the sport. And you can see her passion for the sport in wanting to solidify that she is the best, bar none. Now, I think that we know at this point, or we should have an intelligible and coherent grasp after seeing all of this as to why Miss Alycia Baumgardner called out the likes of the GOAT. Right? The caliber of this woman, the things that she is able to generate, the attention, the interest, okay, her ability to generate a storm at will is really a testament to the power of Claressa Shields in this sport. And the fact that she was able to garner so much attention and how heavily people gravitated towards her pull-up of Alycia Baumgardner. No matter what side of the fence you were on, you were definitely attuned to that energy that she brought to that she brought to Alycia Baumgardner. And it was absolutely evident. People all over the place were tuned in to watch that clip, which is absolutely fantastic. And because of that, and as a result of that, I'm less and less convinced, you guys, real talk, that Alycia wanted the smoke with Claressa to begin with. Okay? Instead, it seemed to me that she was well aware that in tying her name to the likes of Claressa the GOAT Shields, she'd be able to catch a wave unlike anything that she could have generated elsewhere or previously. Okay, that's just the facts of the details that I am pulling from, of the information that I am pulling from, because, even though I have no qualm with that approach, because, you should be looking to get your name in spaces and places that will solidify you and tie you to the elite around you in the event that you want to showcase that you are on the same level with them in tying yourself and aligning with that particular type of name or situation or whatever the case is. I have no qualm with that approach. I think, it's rather a smart play on Baumgardner's part as far as the circulation of her name and the buzz. But truth be told, no one has ever been talking this much about Alycia Baumgardner prior to this call out of Claressa Shields. Okay. Not to say that she didn't have, a buzz or that she wasn't known, because she was definitely working her way up, but to the magnitude that it has been talked about, it has not previously seen this much attention and this much eyes and this much recognition of her and what she's doing and all of that. Not even close to the level that it's on now, after having tied her name in with Claressa Shields via the call out that she did. Now, the only letdown with Alycia in this entire situation is the fact that it's evident at this point that she does not want the smoke. Okay? She was absolutely demolished by Claressa Shields. And it has become apparent that she is in way over her head at this point. Alycia, since the confrontation, has gone absolutely radio silent. The big dog that was barking and showing all those teeth, okay, has retreated completely. She retreated, okay? Turned around, hid and slid up under a rock somewhere. Okay. What's also peculiar is that upon Alycia receiving notice of Rissa's diss track, I saw that she had posted on Instagram kind of like a meme thing of, I believe it was Mariah saying, "Oh, but why are you so obsessed with me though?" Like basically insinuating that this is, the level that Claressa is taking it to is basically hitting obsession level. Why is she obsessed with you? Excuse me? Were you not calling this woman's name out for months when she was working on her own shit, doing her own thing, preparing for an MMA fight and living her best life? Were you obsessed? When you called her out repeatedly, nonstop? Now all of a sudden, she's at your door with the guns blazing and she's the one obsessed? Didn't you say you wanted to get active, ma'am? Didn't you set this alarm off? Okay, she's here for the smoke. The smoke that you said was in session. The smoke that you said you was handed out. She's here for it. She wants it. Okay? She came to get it. And now she's the one that's obsessed? It's absolutely absurd, you guys. And it really has to make one wonder at this particular point and ask, quite frankly, if this was all for smoke or was this all for clout? We got to ask that question because the reality is that she's looking worse and worse out here by the day. You know what I'm saying? We cannot escape the fact that she is the one that put all of this in place, that she's the one that stepped up to the plate and said that she could hang with the big dog and, you know what I'm saying, replace this woman. And she's the, what women's boxing is about. Come on. Don't tell me that this radio silence, is just going to be pardoned by boxing fans. Where are people sticking it to her? Okay, because I know in other realms of boxing, let's say with that of, Devin Haney and Matias and Shakur Stevenson and all these other Tank Davis and whoever else that you can think of, and Canelo, Benavidez, all this stuff like that. Like when we feel like somebody is ducking, we call them for what the fuck it is. We don't give pardon to anything that even looks remotely close to ducking, whether it's ducking or not. You know what I'm saying? People are on it like, oh, you don't want the smoke. You don't want the smoke. Don't tell me that you're not ready to hand this woman the same type of energy. Let's be on consistent time. Boxing fans, let's be on consistent time. Now, what is apparent that is happening is that this woman is now ducking Claressa Shields. She is nowhere to be found. She's barely had any responses. Okay, all of the clapping and the yapping and the cackalaacking is gone. Okay, has vanished in the wind. No clap back whatsoever. And we're just going to let that ride? We're not going to call this woman a duck? We're not going to say what is happening with our own eyes that we see is happening with our own eyes? Come on, y'all. Like, come on, boxing fans. Let's not let this woman off the hook. If we truly want to see this fight as boxing fans, everybody is so interested and have been interested in the possibility of this fight's materialization, let's put pressure on Miss Alycia. Where you at, girl? What you doing? You not going to say nothing? What you got? You going to sign a contract? You going to come up to 54? Let's put that pressure on her the way we do our other favorite fighters in boxing. Okay? Because we want to see the best fight the best. And Miss Ma'am said plenty of times and plenty loudly that she was among the best. Okay, and the GOAT is definitely the best female in her division of boxing, in the sport of women's boxing in totality. So why are we not pressing for this fight? Why are we not pushing this dialogue? Why are we not taking the diss track and the likes that she's been putting out seriously? And looking to the left at Alycia Baumgardner and saying, girl, are you gonna catch up? Where's your output? Where's your output? We demand the best from you. We want to see the testament that you said that you want to put at the forefront to showcase your greatness. Where is your greatness? Why aren't you claiming space? Why are you retreating into silence? What type of character is this? And if this is a part of your character, is that something that we want to support as boxing fans? Because in no other area do we make room for such a thing. In no other area are we as lenient as we have been with the output or lack thereof from Alycia Baumgardner. I'd like to see more. I'd like to see where she's coming with, what she has planned, and if this will indeed materialize, because just like the boxing fans all over the world, I'm highly attuned and interested in seeing the outcome and where it will lead. Anyway, salute to all of you. I'm on to the next. Peace.